to this flag. You can use different symbols, and indeed we do have different symbols. But the flag always is special. And when you hear the strains of the national anthem, today a little disturbed because of a malfunction in the chord, it fills you with goose pimples, because every time you hear the national flag, especially on a special occasion like this, you do feel emotionally very involved in the proceedings. What do we celebrate today? Is it National Day? Because we do have Independence Day. Today is Constitution Day. It is the day when we gave to ourselves a constitution. It is the first chapter in civics that you learn in the first class where civics is taught as an independent subject. Had it not been for the Constitution and the provisions within that Constitution, India or any other country, with or without a written constitution, would descend into immediate anarchy. It is the flag, it is the constitution, it is the tenets of our republic which keep us going in this way. In the last few weeks, I have been poring over law books. Sometimes I feel it is pretty redundant because most of it is based on simple logic. But we also see how unless things are not specifically written down, there will always be these moments of doubt, of exploitation, of adventurism, which we have to bring back online only by means of looking at what the constitutional requirement is. We all speak about our fundamental rights. So important, so very, very important, that even different nations of the world interfere if fundamental rights of people in any country are challenged. But we also see that we have certain duties and certain requirements. And with the rights and with the duties come rewards and come penalties. Who decides this? This is decided according to certain patterns. Patterns which are provided to us by the provisions of a constitution. And today we celebrate the honor the constitution and the principles of that constitution as expressed in the different laws, both at national level and right down to the rules of a home, the rules of a school, the rules of a classroom, the rules of an examination board, for example. It all stems from this one celebration. And so to the boys who are now at an age where they are able to understand the significance of the remarks that are being made with reference to the Constitution, understand that you do your best when you work within the law. I repeat, you do your best when you work within the law. Is it possible to work outside the law? Of course it is. And we constantly have examples of it. But when you work within the law, you will always be safe, you will always be correct, because the interpretations will come according to whatever are the best symbols and whatever are the best interpretations given to us from time to time. My general knowledge is not absolutely up to date, but I do know that we have had more than 100 different amendments to the Constitution of India. This in itself is an indication of how vibrant and live the Constitution is. It is not static. For example, Scripture tends to be static. You follow what was written 2,000 years ago or. But in the case of our Constitution, which to me is almost like Scripture, this is a living document which changes from time to time, slowly, according to the needs and according to the requirements of the present day society. I'm so happy to be able to pass on this message to you. I'm so happy that I share the Constitution with you. I'm so happy that all of us live in a country where the Constitution still reigns supreme. And I fully understand that when you are of the average age of 15, you can be a little cynical and feel that, oh, this is all tamasha, because you are always able to get things done by manipulation. This does happen. It does happen. But if you have the courage, the conviction, the good health, the strength, you will always see that these little blips that come from time to time will always be extinguished, because it is the Constitution and what we stand for that will continue. In India, we seem to have developed a new tradition, rather oddly, of wishing everybody a happy day. I have heard of Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Happy Independence Day. Today I heard Happy Republic Day. Well, if it keeps us happy, well and good. But understand, it is not just to make us happy, it is to keep us correct, to keep us safe, and for India to progress in this way. I thank you very much for your presence here this morning. I once again compliment the number of parents who have brought their children. I hope you have not brought your children because you feel that you will be hauled up tomorrow or day after. I feel reasonably sure that you have brought your children to be able to share in this experience with all of us. And I do hope that this kind of inspiration will continue, and these three little boys in the front, with whom I began my remarks this